Okay, really. So, I've read about the Hammarby Sjostad project. What's Hammarby Sjostad today?
Today Hammarby Sjostad is a city area with high environmental profile, very simply described.
And can you tell me something about Hammarby Sjostad project?
Yes, it was a project that developed during the mid-90s, and first and foremost it was to get residential areas because Stockholm is growing quite fast. So from the very beginning and the very first ideas, it was not an environmental program, not an environmental project. So it was not until we wanted to apply for the Olympics in '96 that we added the environmental profile. And then already there were some sketches, some ideas on how to build this area. But then thanks to the Olympic project, we had very high ambitions to have very high environmental profile.
Okay, I know you had some objectives about water, about air pollution, and about transports. How many objects have you achieved today?
Well, we set up goals, but actually there haven't been a full evaluation yet. And that is what I see as the weakest point with Hammarby Sjostad, that the city didn't set time or resources for a kind of deadline when to evaluate the goals. We know that we approximately reached the goal for transportation, that people should commute with public transportation. It differs between 72 to 79%. And then the goal was 80% of those who work and live here should use public transportation, walk or bike. Then when it comes to other environmental goals, actually there haven't been evaluation yet.
Okay, and what kind of industries were in Hammarby Sjostad before it was reclaimed?
It was mostly smaller workshops, retailers, storages. We had actually the yellow building just behind us is a bulb factory that produced light bulbs until the 70s.
So, talking about reclamation, is the same method used here in Hammarby Sjostad, in your opinion, good enough for EV industries?
I don't know really, because it depends on, I think you have to really adapt to the local conditions when you start a new project. Looking at what kind of different toxics, what kind of pollution it is. And it might be so that you have to, here it was a very concentrated area which we did this sanitation on. And I don't know whether it would have been the same conditions in the entire area if Hammarby Sjostad actually would have been built. If you had the same pollutions all over the place, I mean, maybe Hammarby Sjostad wouldn't have been built, maybe it would have been too costly to sanitate this entire area, maybe we would have done it differently.
Do you think it's possible to sanitate an area affected by heavy industry pollution, and how much time it should be required?
Oh, I'm not into the details on how long it will take, but absolutely, I'm quite confident it's possible, absolutely possible, because nature recovers itself always, and with the help of our hands and technique, it is absolutely possible. Because if I didn't believe that would be possible, then that would be very, very devastating thought actually, because we have many polluted areas, and you can really make a difference by sanitation.
So, I have an interesting question. Who paid for this reclamation?
It was the city.
The city?
Yes.
And did industries pay something about
the thing is that normally we do have this polluters pay principle, but as we couldn't focus and exactly know who was responsible, you have to have quite strong evidence, almost see the person letting out the oil, letting out the heavy metals at the spot to charge anyone for that kind of thing. So even though you have dentist in an area and you find mercury in the sewer, we cannot normally charge it unless we know exactly it's they who have let it out. So it's a hard evidence question.
Mm-hmm. And so do you think that if there is a big EV industry with pollution that you can connect directly with this EV industry, you can ask to pay?
Absolutely. Yes. Because if you have already an industry, because here it was a lot of illegal, partly, and then you have also those smaller business and workshops, but still you couldn't know if it was them or someone who was there before them who had made the pollution. But if you have an industry already there today who have been there, and it's only industry who've been there, and I think different countries also have different laws and regulations, so hopefully it should be quite easy to make them responsible and pay for it.
So finally, what's Glauset and what's your rule?
Our rule here in Glashuset is to inform people who lives in this area, first and foremost, about what they can contribute with to reach the environmental goals, but also to receive visitors from all over the world, also within Swedish borders, of course, visitors to learn more about Hammarby Sjostad, to get inspiration or learn more about how we have done and what we have done. And it is everything from actually kindergartens to president level that come to Glashuset for this information.
Okay, thank you.